So for my data analysis, I'm going to look at my tutoring table to see how well it reflects a balanced approach of reading, writing, and word work. So this is my tutoring table, which I will be collecting data from to see if my tutoring business reflects a balanced literacy approach. So here's some magnetic tiles, here's some visual anchor charts. So my initial insight is that I actually probably use a lot more word work and manipulatives than I do probably reading and writing. I'm not sure yet. Let's code the data and find out. So now I'm going to code my materials. I'm actually going to use these post-it note flags as I code them. So hopefully the colors kind of stand out and really show me like what materials am I using more, what do I need more of. So let's get started. All right, so this is a interactive notebook. So I think I'm going to label that visuals. And visuals I was going to use purple for. So put a purple tag on it and write V. This is a resource book, which is probably mostly word work. I'm going to use pink, bright pink for word work. This is a Hooked on Phonics book, which I use for word work. I use for comprehensive reading within text. So for example, especially as beginning readers, these are really, really good. I know Hooked on Phonics gets a bad rap, but when you put it with teacher expertise, these are really, really good. So I'm actually thinking I'm going to label this in 3 ways. I'm going to label this with reading, word work, and sight words, because there's sight words in here too. So that would mean hot pink for word work, teal for reading, and light pink for sight words. Let's see, I also have these like kind of phonics leveled readers, which are also really good for beginning readers. Puts it in context and gets harder and harder as you go. These do come with the Hooked on Phonics program, but they are different than the Hooked on Phonics book. So I'm just going to label this reading because that's really what this is. So that would be teal. Reading. Let's see what else I've got in here. I've got these letter cards, which we use for word building. So it's manipulatives, but it's still, wow, got a lot of word work. I need to balance out my curriculum. So whether it looks like it or not, this was a sight word activity that we did. My kindergartner wrote sight words on sticky notes, and he went around the room trying to find them, and then we'd write them down if he knew them or not. So I'm going to label this a sight word activity, which is light pink. These again are anchor charts. I love visuals. They really help kiddos learn what the different pieces are to reading. So, and sight words. So actually I'm going to label this a visual. And then sight words back here, because there was a sight word wall, personal sight word wall there. Okay. Then we have a magnetic letterboard, which is mostly manipulative, but we do it more for word work. So again, I'm going to label that word work. Oh, here's a game on Magic E, which is also word work. Again, a practice sheet on word work. A blends bump on word work. Using a lot of bright pink. Let's see, we've also got these visuals over here. So I'm going to label that with a purple. B on there. Write a B on here too. It's a checklist on this whiteboard, but I'm still going to label it as a visual. Let's see what else I have in here. So I also have these phonics readers, which is kind of word work, but it presents them in the context of a sentence. So I'm actually going to label these as word work and as readers. I also have these lovely I Can Read books, which is definitely representative of reading. I'm going to put an R on that. Again, another level reader, so this would definitely be reading. Magnetic letter tiles, which is word work. Not really seeing anything for writing. Now I'm going to review my data. I'm going to see out of which of these piles is the most. Now just looking at them, this is the word work pile. This is the sight word pile with just 2. This is the reading pile over here. And this is the visual pile back here. Again, not really seeing a whole lot for writing, so let's just count them up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're going to say 10 for that one. Visuals is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So again, lots of visuals. Sight words is 2. Don't need a whole lot for that, but still. And then reading, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to interpret my data. According to the materials on my table, my approach is not balanced. 2, according to my data, my favorite tutoring activity is word work. 3, I do use forms of guided reading, but there are no signs of writing. 4, this means in order to balance my approach further, I need to integrate more interactive writing and guided writing activities. Those are my findings.